Hello everybody, welcome back to The Save, and this is the Data Rebuild series. We're currently at NK MARIBOR. In episode 1, we went through the system we're going to be playing this season, how we are not going to the meta. A 5 at the back system sitting in a low block. We're going to see how we can do. We'll be recruiting players in the January transfer window with data. We'll be doing that in a future episode, but for now we say goodbye to July, goodbye to pre-season, and into August. And August has the potential to be a busy month. We left July on a cliffhanger, a 1-1 draw with Dynamo Tbilisi as we got into the Europa Conference League qualifying rounds a little bit deeper. A 7-2 aggregate victory against the Bosnian team Velez Mostar saw us draw Dynamo Tbilisi in the next qualifying round. A 1-1 draw at home meant that we had to go to Tbilisi for a win. Let's go and see how we got on. So we came into the second leg knowing that a win would see us through, and it was a fantastic start. A cross swung into the back post was mishandled by the goalkeeper. Ilicic pounced, and it's 1-0 to Maribor inside 3 minutes. A free kick was dinked to the back post. Can you dink a free kick to the back post? It was hit to the back post. Vidmar was there for a lovely header to make it 2. Early on in the second half, a lovely through ball from Rekic found Ojo. The ex-Premier League players linking up with each other. A lovely left-footed finish to make it 3. About half an hour to go and Tbilisi got a consolation goal to give their home fans something to cheer. A cross to the back post was met with a header, but it was too little, too late, and we were through to the next round of the qualifiers. The thumping win over Dynamo Tbilisi set us up for the next qualifying round to take on the Giants of KF Vilazania from Albania, who I'm pretty sure we're going to be better than and have a very good chance of beating to go in one more step to the Conference League qualifiers. After this, we have one more game. That's when the bigger teams join, and if we win that, we are into the league phase. But before we see how we got on against Velanzia, let's have a quick montage of the league games that took place in August. And with the league fixtures for the month done, it actually left us lying in 3rd position. Not great for the start of the season, but also not terrible. 3 wins from 6, 1 loss, 2 draws. Not too bad at all. We were those given some good news because Tete had won Player of the Month, which was very nice indeed. 4 goals in 4 appearances for him in the league. He was playing very well indeed. And further good news, we were happy, delighted to be honest, to welcome back Pidgeus Cerivius. I don't know how you say that name, at right wing back. We've been missing some options at right wing back. But before we could bid farewell to August, there was the important part of the Europa Conference League. We were in the qualification stage for this, and it didn't start very great against a team that I thought we should annihilate. Very poor defending from Rekic at the back, let them in for a 1-0 lead. But then Ojo decided he's just going to do it all himself. Dribbled around 4 people, shot into the far corner, 1-1, and we never really looked back from there in this first leg. Cook ran down the left-hand side, Cook, don't know how you pronounce his name. Big, deep cross to the back post where Tete was there to get another goal for this season for him. Lovely header at the back post, that one. We got our 3rd goal. Cook with a quick short throw to Verhovek, swung in across, and at the back post was Ojo for his 2nd of the game. 3-1 that was. They did get another goal back as they went on a good run from Stojanovic onto the right-hand side. In it went. Great finish. Yug probably should have done better. But we weren't done there. We got a 4th goal to make sure we were taking a 2-goal lead into the 2nd leg. Repas found Verhovek. Verhovek found Cook, and after getting 2 assists, he also got a goal as well. So a 4-2 win in the first leg was very welcomed indeed in a match that we pretty much dominated. So into the 2nd leg we went, and well, it was a lot tougher than I thought it would be. Ojo getting our 1st goal of the game. Sorry, no, he didn't. He got the assist for the 1st goal of the game to Tete. A lovely finish after a square pass. We did go 2-0 up on the day, making it 6-2 on aggregate. Repass into Ojo onto his left foot, and he curled it round the goalkeeper for a nice finish. But our opponents then decided to make it a little bit interesting. We started to drop off a little bit too much and try and keep the ball a bit too much. Back post header, Yug with a foot save for some unknown reason. He kept it out, but the rebound was put in, and a nice finish indeed. Then they came forward again, overloading on the right hand side into the area. Little cut back was there, and a great header to make it 2 goals difference on aggregate. And then we had a bit of a brain fart. We brought on the youngster in central midfield. His pass back to Rekic was poor. It was an easy finish, but we held on to win on aggregate by 1 goal. Yeah, not ideal. That did line us up with a very tough game against Hoffenheim from the Bundesliga. We went into the first leg a little bit more defensive than normal, and it paid dividends. Repas picked up the ball in his own half, ran all the way down the right-hand side, fired in a low cross, and Tete was there to finish. It was given. VAR didn't disallow that one. Barisic then got a penalty after Tete was fouled and made it 2-0 away from home. And Cook with a corner swung it into the back post where Crange was there for a lovely header. And we won 3-0 in the first leg. Again, a game we dominated. A late red card from Hoffenheim made it tough for them. And into the second leg we went, where all the goals came in the first half. Barisic got us off to a flyer from the penalty spot. Repas had the ball down the left-hand side, cut it back across goal into Kepas. Ball in, lovely header at the back post to make it 2-0. 5-0 on aggregate. I thought we were plain sailing, but Hoffenheim had some questions for us to answer. A lovely finish from just outside the box made it 2-1, and Hoffenheim thought they had a chance. But as I said, all the goals came in the first half, and the score finished 2-2 after this goal from Hoffenheim. Running down the right-hand side, low ball in, nice finish, easy goal for them. But we go through to the Europa Conference League phase. A really good achievement for the first season. And of course that meant we were drawn into the Europa League group stage, where we were given Betis, Nice and Hammarby. A very tough group, which the media thought we would struggle in, but it led to the good old fixture rearrangements. Very annoying. Our hardest league game and hardest Europa League game follow each other. Ouch. So knowing that we've got European qualification into the group phase of the Conference League, I thought we would dive in to a bit of the data. And our best performance of the month was clearly a 3-0 away win at Hoffenheim in the qualifiers. So we're going to go and look into that data, watch some highlights and see how the system is working and see if it's working as I want it to. So we're going to join the game here against Hoffenheim. We win the ball from Verhovek, who loses it again. We actually put in some good tackles with a good press and clear the ball, clearing our lines. and not having any danger. Statch picks up the ball, and you can see that we immediately sort of drop into our shape. So we've got our 3 centre-backs at the back. We've got our 4 across midfield. The 2 wing-backs are there as well. And Tete is the only man sort of up the top of the pitch. Now the wrong side of the defenders, but we don't mind that. Because if you remember, we wanted the double press. We want the press from the front and the press from the back. So if we keep going with this highlight here, and Soki brings the ball forward, Tete puts him under a little bit of pressure from behind. He passes the ball into a man who's very clearly going to be under a lot of pressure just in our half, just as we wanted to do. And the man that actually puts the main press on is Ojo. So we've got our wingers coming forward, or coming back, sorry, to help press with our midfielders. Ojo comes in, forces him out wide, which is fine at the moment. They go back into their half, and you can see that if we just rewind that very, 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 very briefly, there is no active press while they're in their half. Our right wing back is holding his space and just sort of letting him know that he can come forward, and if he wants to, then we'll launch the press in here. The next thing that I find very interesting is the pass is forced infield, which is exactly what we want. Trying to get it in to their striker's feet, Kramaric. And look at the amount of players. We've got Mbondo, Rekic and Repaz all ready to try and pounce as soon as that ball goes in. It goes into Kramaric, and straight away 4 people round the ball, or 3 people round the ball, and 1 Mbondo who's going to be covering the run of Becker in here. As Kramaric gets the ball, absolutely swarmed. Rekic puts in a good tackle. Ojo's there to turn, get the ball, and launch us into a counter-attack. As Tete holds the ball up, there's nothing in front of him, so we go back to the goalkeeper, recycle possession. Lovely stuff. Another highlight, we pick up the play here. Hoffenheim have the ball in their own half. Ojo putting on a little bit of a press as the inside forward up here. Tete holding the gap, trying to just have no easy pass through our lines, which is what we want him to do. Right, Hoffenheim keep the ball. They move it around the back into Insoki. Tete comes over to try and intercept this passing lane for Statch to go into his midfield partner. Doesn't quite get there, but what it does then do is, as he approaches the halfway line, we launch the press. Barisic comes in. Tete's coming from the other side, and we're putting on a lot of pressure. Barisic wins the ball. Tete picks it up, and we can start by recycling possession back to Mbondo and keeping the ball. For an example of the attacking play we're hoping to see, it is cleared away here. The ball falls to Barisic, and he's got nowhere really to go. This is what I want our teams to do. Recycle the possession right to left, move the ball across. Kranjic picks it up. We've gone all the way from our right wing back to our left wing back, recycling possession around the back defenders there. Suk comes in. Vahovic drifts across to give him an option, and you can see we've still got men in support all around with a relatively easy pass. Vahovic turns away from the defender, crosses the ball. Repas turns. We've shifted their whole defence over to one side as we move the ball right to left, leaving Ojo completely free and open. Repas turns his man. Lovely ball through to Ojo, and the keeper makes a really good save with his face. Something else that I think is incredibly key is Omar Rekic in this system as the libero. You can see here, these are all the passes he has received in the game, and his average position, we're encouraging him to get forward. He is really pushing forward. He's receiving passes up here. We're defending from the right, attacking to the left. And whilst he receives a number of passes from the goalkeeper, he's also the outball to recycle possession from either side, keep the ball moving, and then move it through the midfield and push up to help the team out, which I think is really good. So this highlight, there's actually loads I love about this highlight. One, we let the goalkeeper play it out to Oz Kabak. As we said, we want their defenders and their fullbacks to get that idea they have space to move into, right? So Ozan Kabak picks an easy pass up from the goalkeeper, and we have Tete in a position, which I quite like sort of cutting out this man here with the aid of Repas. Can go and press the ball if he wants to, but no, we don't need to press up here. Ozan Kabak thinks he's got an easy pass to Akpagoma, which is where the ball goes. The ball goes out to the right-hand side. Akpagoma is forced infield by the wing-back coming to press him as soon as he gets towards our half. He's trying to put a long ball up towards Kramaric, which is just snuffed out. Straight away, the ball's in our half, go and put the press on, and Mbondo does a really good job of challenging Kramaric there. Repas is trying to come back. Vahovic is running back. We've got cover on the side with Barisic, cover through the middle of Rekic, and cover on the opposite flank with Kranjic as well, right? Kramaric keeps the ball using good strength. He does hold the ball up very well. But again, we've got players in position to pounce wherever that ball's going to go, with Rekic just holding the fort as the last centre-back. Maybe you could say they've got a bit of an overload on this side, but that's an unbelievable pass for Kramaric to put that in there. He recycles the ball and keeps it to Gelger. And again, we're cutting off the passing lanes here. Verhovek's going to shift across. We've got Kranj who can cover these runners here. And the left wing back in Cook is ready to pounce as well. Geiger picks up the ball, tries to put an early ball through to Berisha. Repas cuts up the passing lane. And then we just very neatly recycle possession. Repas to Verhovek. Nothing he can do. Rekic can just keep the ball under little pressure, being that third centre-back, and goes back to the goalkeeper. And then Jug's there and we start again. Kranjic, Rekic and Mbondo, all easy passing options for the goalkeeper. And if we zoom out a little bit, you can see Kranjic can get this ball. He can turn with it in his feet if he wants. He's got a pass out to the wing-back. He can move into Rekic. He can go over to Mbondo. He can probably switch the play if he needs to as well. But Kranjic just has the time and space to turn and then picks the easy pass out to Cook on that left-hand side. And we're straight away progressing the ball. We've cut out this three-man press by just recycling the possession, going into one of the centre-backs and then moving it out to the wing. It has cut these three players completely out of the game for Hoffenheim. And to be honest, I'm loving what I'm seeing in this shape. I think this system is working really well. I just wanted to give a little insight into what I'm looking for when it's working and what we're trying to do. And yeah, it's working. It's doing what I want it to do. A 3-0 away win at Hoffenheim is absolutely brilliant. And we're playing really good football, which is good to see. I do watch all of these matches on extended highlights as well, so that I can see what's happening, and therefore I can bring these sort of videos to you to explain what we're trying to do and what we're trying to see. And don't worry, they won't always be positives. There'll be some negatives in there as well of things that have gone wrong, but for now there's far more positives than there are negatives. And we're going to leave episode 2 there. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be back for episode 3 to go through what happens in the month of September as we start off our European Conference League campaign in the group stage. Cheers for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers. For those that are interested, by the way, little bonus for you. This is the same highlight that we just finished on before. Rekic has got the ball and he's just about to pass it back to Jug in goal, right? And as I've zoomed out so we can see a bit more of the pitch, as we said, it goes into Kranj, and I said he passes out to Suk and we bypass this three-man press. Suk, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, is put under pressure. He's got a pass in field if he wants it to Verhovek. Verhovek is pretty well marked. So Suk decides to take a touch, go back and recycle possession. And this is why I think 3 at the back systems are underrated in Football Manager, because we wouldn't be able to do this playing 4 defenders. If you think how far Suk's pushed up, you would have these 2 guys probably cutting out 2 centre-backs. But Kranjic is free, lays it into Repas, knocks it back to Bondo. We're patient. We're happy to keep the ball. We've shifted from our left-hand side with Suk all the way over to Barisic on the right. Barisic doesn't run forward with the ball, moves the ball because he knows that that's what he wants to do, into Ojo's feet. Ojo turns out into Repas, and we've shifted from our goalkeeper to our left-back, all around the back, like moving the ball back to a centre-back, into midfield, out to the other centre-back, round to the right wing-back, up to the right, well, the inside forward, into Repas, and Repas runs forward and wins us a free kick. Like, it's back-to-front football. It's incredibly good to see. I love it. That is now the end of the video. Cheers.